Aloha, fellow Aries. It's Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, and I'm here doing our monthly reading for April 2019. So I am an Aries. If you've been watching me for a while, you know this. This is one of my favorite readings to do because I'm an Aries, and I like to see what's going to happen for us this month as well. So this month, what we are going to be doing is something a little bit different. So I do have your theme for the month, which I will share with you in a moment. And then I will be drawing some additional cards from my regular deck. And then we have a activation. So this particular deck is a Sacred Geometry Activations. And so I was guided, which I've never done before in a reading like this, I was guided to draw an activation for us. So I've got an activation for us. And essentially activations bring the energy of whatever is in the card, bring that energy to us for this month. So they give us sort of a boost, if you will. And then I'm doing something I haven't done in a little while. I'm going to do answers. So what I want you to do is come up with your 3 questions. You can either pause the video now and write down your 3 questions, or you can wait until I get to that point, pause the video, write your questions, and then the answers will be given. It is super fun because even though there are a number of people watching this and there's lots of different questions that are being asked, it is really interesting and amazing how the answers correlate. So I did actually write my own questions down before I started as well. So I'm super curious to see what will be coming forth for us in that. All right, let's go ahead and rock and roll. Our theme for this month is the release card. So this is Archangel Azrael. And the release card is a beautiful transition. So it's about really letting go of something. It's about endings. But then with the ending also comes a brand new beginning for us. So it's actually a really good card. And sometimes we're letting go of things that we're ready to let go of, right? Whether that be financial difficulties or maybe a relationship or whatever it is, you know, we're releasing something and opening to the new. So there's new beginnings that come in with us. For some of you that are, you know, in a period of like wondering what to do, this card is a message that it's time to move on. Okay, you've done what you could do where you're at, or you've completed what you needed to complete, and now it's time to move on. It's time to move forward. Okay, so that is our theme for this month. Let's see what's coming up in the rest of the cards for us. I've got a different little setup here, and I actually kind of like it. My landlord brought me a new table. And chairs that are low so that I can actually do my readings here. Before I had a high top, and it's just I need to have my feet on the ground when I'm doing readings, so it was always a little bit difficult to try to do any work at that table, whereas now I can have my feet on the ground, which I like. And it's nice to have not have to rearrange my living room every time I do readings, so that's also nice. Okay, let's see what is coming up for us. All right, well, we have the Knight of Earth card, which this is a card that I always like the Earth cards because Earth cards are all about how we make our money, what we need to do to be here on Earth. And this particular Knight of Earth is an energy of like it's time to get to work. And I think this fits in really well now that we are out of Mercury retrograde. We are actually going to be able to make forward progress, and buckling down and getting things done is going to yield more results for us now than maybe it has over the last month when we had Mercury in retrograde. So that I think is really, really key. It's also a beautiful time in the month of April for us to honor our commitments. So if there's things that we committed to doing, or things that we committed to ourselves to take care of, that we are actually doing that. And of course, we've got angels that are there to assist us. In particular, our guardian angel is here. Sometimes we have more than one. I know that I have 2 guardian angels that have been with me. And the guardian angels are there to assist us. So please ask them for help. I started putting a little alarm on my phone to like remind me, ask the angels for help. Right? We forget. They love to help us and they're up there twiddling their thumbs, so ask them for help. All right. Then we've got the 8 of water coming in, which is so fascinating because it has a somewhat similar energy to the release card. So 8 of water, water cards are all about the depth of emotion. And water energy is more introspective, right? And the 8 has a couple different meanings, right? So the 8, the number 8, relates to abundance, so I like that aspect of it. It's also related in feng shui to knowledge and to knowing things. So, but the gist of this card is a desire to move on. So we're a little bit antsy. We're a little bit ready to be done with whatever it was that we were working on, and we're ready to start the new thing, right? So it's interesting too when I look at this card because we always have a desire to grow. That is just part of the human nature, is this desire to grow, this desire to, have particularly spiritual growth and emotional growth. And so this card is that expressing that essence of our desire for something with more meaning, something more meaningful. I know for me now, one of the things that I notice is it's really difficult for me to have sort of empty conversations that are sort of about nothing. It's really difficult for me, and it's actually draining for me when I'm in scenarios like that. And the reverse is also true. When I'm in a conversation, like this morning I did an interview with someone that is going to be a practitioner at my retreat, and it was so fun and so connected, and we just kept, like, the ideas kept flowing and bouncing between us, right? And it was just super, super fun. So that's the other thing to look at too, like what else in your life doesn't hold meaning for you, and let go of that, because we cannot afford to be inauthentic as we move forward. It's just not going to work for us. So that's something to remember. And then we have the Emperor card, Archangel Michael. You know, I love me some Michael. And this is about organization and logic. So he's going to help us get organized, which we do need. I don't know if you're like me, but I get lots and lots of ideas, and sometimes keeping things organized is difficult. So he's going to come in this month and help us with that organization and logic. We also need to have some structure this month and discipline, right? So structure can be, like for me, I use a planner. That helps me with structure. Yes, I'm spirit-led, but I also have certain things that need to be taken care of each day. And so that helps me. And then this card is also about leadership as well. Okay, so I think I'm doing the answers next, and I will do the activation last. So if you have not written down your questions, please pause the recording now and do that. Okay, so question number 1. The answer is there's no need to worry. So yay, I like that, particularly with the question that I asked. There's no need to worry. And we also have the recovery card coming in. So recovery to me means like bouncing back. Sometimes we get in a lower point, or we get in a place that doesn't feel very good, or it might even be related to health, where, you know, we're just not at our optimal health. And this is an indication that you are going to recover from this. You are going to bounce back. You are going to open back up. So yeah, that's a really, really good thing. And I love that. No need to worry to me means that they're taking care of it for us, right? You just let the angels take care of it. There's nothing for us to worry about. Answer to question number 2. is meditation brings the answers. So they want you to get quiet. And I think that's often the case. Like, we get so much information just right now in the world that we live in, that we are just inundated, right, with stuff. And so we do need to get quiet in order to hear the answers of our soul, in order to hear what our soul wants us to do, what we're really meant to be doing, right? So get quiet, meditate. I just put a couple meditations for free. I donated them onto Insight Timer. So on Insight Timer, it is a free meditation app. And I did one for, I did an abundance meditation, and I also did a 12-minute grounding meditation on there. So if you're looking for meditation, you like my energy, go check those out, because those are free. You can go and listen to those. Okay, answer to question number 3. Are you ready? Ask for help from others. So this is letting you know this isn't something that you can do all on your own. You do need to get some help. And sometimes we already have the people in our life that are meant to help us, and we just haven't thought to ask them. So this is something where, you know, we can just brainstorm. Who is it that can help us? Obviously the angels, your guides, ancestors, people that have transitioned in the non-physical. And then ask yourself, who in the physical could help me with this? If it's a particular goal that you're trying to reach, who can help me attain this? Who has ideas for me, right? And ask for that help. Fun. All right. Last but not least, we have your activation. Aren't these cards beautiful? They're so beautiful. The activation that we have for you is the Earth card. So the Earth activation, and the number is 24. So for those of you that pay attention to numbers, look up that 24 also, and that will give you more information about this card. So the activation, and they're wanting me to keep holding it up as I share about it, the activation is the activation of Earth. And I always think of Earth as very grounded energy, very stable, very consistent. It's, you know, the energy of nourishment, of support, all of those type of things. And so I love that we're getting this assistance this month in being supported and grounded, because when you're grounded, you can actually get the work done, you can focus, you can buckle down, right? Like, you can be organized, all of those things. So this activation is really going to help us do the things that they want us to do this month. So perfect. It's always so perfect. All right, if you have not checked out my retreat yet, I'm hosting a retreat on Maui in November of 2019. And it's going to be amazing. You'll be surrounded by angels for a whole week. Plus, we're going to be doing all kinds of activities and really deeply connecting with the elements and the environment around us. And there's also going to be plenty of free time for you. So every day, there is a chunk of time that's just your own. You can do whatever you want. We're going to be very close to beaches and shopping and other activities. And there's also a pool and jacuzzi at the villa, so you can really just hang out and lay at the pool. The time is yours to do what you will with. So during that free time, and then we've got just some amazing experiences and spiritual things planned for you, as well as an integration into Hawaiian culture and what the meaning of aloha is. So I would love for you to join me. If you're feeling called, check out the links below. If you're not sure, hop on the phone with me. Schedule a virtual coffee chat. That allows me to just share with you, and you can share with me what's going on, and I can help you, right? So oftentimes I can give a couple suggestions. It's not a reading, but I will give a couple suggestions to help shift things for you. And I can, of course, then answer any questions that you have about the retreat if that's something that you're interested in. So much love and aloha.